Hey fellas, domination tips. Right back with the next video. Guys, I can't tell you. I'm sick since this night with gastroenteritis or stomach flu. I don't know whether it's the right word. So I spent nearly half of the night on the toilet. I don't want to give you any more details, but only that you know, because or why I was so absent from YouTube and from uploading videos. Thank you again to all supporters for the last World War video. It was quite a polarizing topic, so many disliked, but also very, very many liked the video. It was about disliking and liking and no other. I only want to thank you because most of my videos in previous times had really low on likes, and so I wasn't completely sure whether my content is any more or longer entertaining or helping you, because only the likes are on anti-dislikes in connection with comments can show me whether the content is quite right, or whether the content is not that good and to be improved. So let me bring you to a new update. We had some struggling days in my old alliance, and so I was too long at my old alliance, and therefore I decided to change the alliance. You have probably not recognized because the banner or the whatever the flag over here is the same, but I'm now visiting some other alliances, and so currently I'm at third half, dritte Halbzeit. It's a German expression, and it would mean in sports the third half. So after the game, and my aim is to visit some more alliances, to get an insight of their strategies, to get an insight of their war action, of their communication among each other, and so. If you are analyzing, I was speaking to Terroknoll, he's a leader of this alliance, and I had a little conversation with him, and so he accepted, or he agreed that I can do the video and give a subjective and a personal insight to this alliance from my point of view. So there is no claim of me that these informations are objective or even right. It's only what I recognize in this alliance. First, I got welcomed really well, and I felt pretty comfortable. Let's see how they are warring now in the world. Oh no, in the World War. I think their World War already has started. Tanks, I don't have any over here. Artilleries or more. What is more? They only have industrial players, so I will give him 2 artilleries. Yep. And let's see how they are doing in World War. We can spectate. Oh, 4 troops are missing. Let's retrain them. What? Ah, okay, my stable got away. I only have again troop capacity of 140, and I was wondering why I was unable to train the last artillery. Here we are. Oh. The intentional purpose for this video is, you can see over here, the garrison is getting ready, and therefore I will start with the last market and the last mill, and I will go to the global age, guys. The last World War showed me that it is absolutely impossible to go on. We lost against Quebec Lorry. We had 3 wars against them. 2 wars we could hardly manage to get at least stalemates, but in this war some accidents happened, and even some very reliable players were from my old alliance, from Teletubbies. I don't know, by the way, whether I will return. Probably in the future. I don't want to neglect it, and so some accidents happened, and in total we were unable to get the 200 stars, which they could easily get from us because of their tremendous offense power. I can show you the last attack. I wanted to record for you. Here I have still the screenshot from the World War for strategy making, and here we have Hurricane. I had to attack with my last attack, and you can see all buildings are global age maximum. I can't see any building which is below, and he's level 199, and this build is quite old, because when we have our planning day, I take screenshots of all bases, and to analyze and to give some strategy hints or some strategy tips for all of my other players. Therefore, this was a very early screenshot, and you don't see the defensive coalitions. Enemy top 4 players had all very strong defense coalitions active. I'm not quite sure, but but I think he had 3 times level 5 defense coalitions. I don't know which ones he has, but there are only 4, so 1 coalition he had not active, and that was a pretty hard thing to attack over here. The attack crashed, by the way, so therefore I couldn't provide you with the record of this attack, but I can describe it for you if you are interested before we go to the multiplayer and get looting. I started with a wall breaker and wanted to get these both pieces of wall, because after the 5.2 upgrade, I think, or 5.1, I'm not pretty sure, the wall breaker is able to crash 2 walls behind another. And he was obviously trying to avoid this, but the base seems to be older, so it is not fit, or it does not fit for the actual updates. I was really focused on not place the saboteur right over here anywhere, because here we have the tower, and I was frightened because of his very strong defense coalitions. I had only 2 offense coalitions, level 3, and he had 3 times def coalitions, level 5. I was really frightened since the tower would kill my mice sapper, and I placed it next to the garrison, and it perfectly worked. He was able to kill both of these walls, dropping all of my troops behind, waiting until all of these buildings here have been erased. Then I rallied inside, put protection and Strength of the Gladiator on it, and just placed my my Blitzkrieg right over here, so I got all of the defender spawning buildings. I don't know whether all, but all of the important ones. I think even all, together with Castle and the town center, because of his Acropolis build style, of the Acropolis included in the walls. I was really feared or scared of these holes over here in the wall, because I anticipated many traps, and in the end I'm not quite sure whether there were some. Here we have barbed wire, and also here we have barbed wire. And it worked pretty perfect. I got rid of all defense buildings, but then I struggled, and I only had 86% or 83%, not pretty sure, but I had all defense buildings, so some of my Blackwatch and 1 artillery returned. That was pretty okay, I think, if we take into consideration how many defense coalitions he has, and that he is 1 complete age above me, all of his buildings. Yeah, I'm really sad that I could not provide you with the record, but don't let us talk about this. Let's return to DomiNations itself. I had also a really heated up conversation with one of the alliance members over here at third half or dritte Halbzeit, and it was a conversation about how effective and how you should use your troops. And I won't call his name. I won't call in his name, but he accused me that I would not attack efficiently, or that I would attack boring all the time, the same strategy. And I could only mention, guy, for me, the strategy feels comfortable, and until now, I don't think that I was so unsuccessful with the strategy. There are even some global and some early rushed atomic bases which I could manage with industrial firepower. And in the end, I told him, very many people came to me and told me, oh, that could be done better, or you could improve your skills over there and take another army constellation or composition. And then I always told them, and I'm still telling them, guys, if you want to improve my skills, just give me some video feedback, some recordings from your own attacks, show me how it is made better, because until now, I only heard some blah blah about that everything could be better done, but no one could provide me with actual recordings that it can be better in Industrial Age. And therefore, I have to tell you that until I don't see a proof or a scientific proof of a video which is about a better or more effective Industrial Age attack, I'm not pretty concerned with this topic. I hope I explained it in the right direction. What is also pretty interesting, the alliance I joined for some days is now in World War with Turk Beyligi 2, and we can look at the attacks which are done and get some examination about the attackers and the defenders and how they did. If we are taking into consideration the glory count, you can pretty much see that our friends from dritte Halbzeit, have a very big advantage from their strength and from their past success. And only 1 attack was done. We can show 1 attack for both sides. We see number 3 attacked enemy number 5, and number 21 from the enemies attacked number 21. So the enemies look like they would go for the same mirror strategy like we do. Terragnol, let's look at the bases. We have Terragnol over here. Here we are. Oh, some kind of interesting Forbidden City layout, but we won't talk about his defense. Let's talk about his offense. He's Industrial Age, maxed out, so complete Industrial Age offense. He's a Roman guy, so he also has some additional troops. Okay. What we can also see over here, he has an offense coalition, a pretty strong offense coalition. Wow. Stage 5, I don't know whether it can be increased anymore in the Industrial Age. I think you need Global Age for it. Let's see who he did attack. He attacked Pasha, so also Industrial Age. No defense coalitions, so a big advantage for Terragnol. Okay, if I'm looking to him, he is pretty much Industrial Age max. We have some towers and some garrisons not maxed out over here. And we also have one bunker not upgraded. Is there a second bunker? I don't see a second bunker. So I think you can't call him Industrial Age max. He's nearly Industrial Age max because still one bunker is missing. And I also don't see a third air defense. Where is it? I am not seeing it. Ah, so obviously it seems like he's not that big researcher, because when you are researching you are able to get the third air defense and the second bunker, and he don't has anything of it. Which makes me think about that he is not focusing on his library researches. But I think in total, if we don't mention the offense coalition, Terragnol was nearly equal strong like Pasha was. The base load is not that good, but I think it was a solid attack of Terragnol, attacking a nearly equal strong enemy. Ongoing during the World War, I think, or during my Let's Farm episode, I think I will look more detailed into some more attacks which hopefully occur during the Let's Farm, but first let's get to the multiplayer to get some millions. I don't know what I want to upgrade. I could do the mill. Oh, only 1.125 million gold. It's pretty little. Or we could upgrade the market. Yeah, I researched that the mills can be upgraded cheaper. So let's in the end see what we will upgrade. Oh. Pretty perfect. First enemy I found is quite the perfect one. I'm just laying on my back, so it will be some kind of experiment whether I can play also laying on my back. Yesterday I was even very hard training and I had no pain in total. I felt very good. At the evening I ate some proteins after heavy deadlifts. I did, and then in the night, only for these ones of you which are interested, only then in the night I couldn't sleep anytime. I think I slept about I'm not sure, 2 hours, 1 hour in the complete night. I was very tired at the morning going to the doctor. That was pretty surprising, because the deadlift worked pretty perfect yesterday, and even the complete evening was very comfortable. I didn't recognize anything, but then in the middle of the night I got really sick. But let's stop with this. I'm not sure whether you are interested in my health concerns. Let's look up for the resources we can gather. He has pretty much gold, pretty much gold over here. I'm not quite sure how many food we could get, but the gold was obviously the more interesting resource. Can we avoid? No, we couldn't avoid 5-star. Now I can really. I think I will also activate a training blessing, because the World War of Dritte Halbzeit or Third Half actually started some minutes ago, and so many of the players probably will need more troops, and I think I can provide them. So I can. I don't need all of my troops for looting at these low medals. I was even not using my planes, I recognize. So how can I avoid getting all of the buildings? I think I will drop one of the or let one of the houses survive, because I'm really interested in getting all resource buildings. Yeah, that was pretty perfect. Yeah, nice loot attack for the first. Oh, I lost an artillery. How did I do that? Wow. Oh, hey guys, I'm back. You probably can think or can you probably know where I spent my time the last, I don't know, 20 minutes. It was not comfortable. But I'm back and I think my stomach flu is now a little bit more okay. Before I had really to struggle with some stomach ache. Oh, cool. We see some more attacks we can evaluate. By the way, I'm only evaluating offensive attacks. So attacks which were done by the Alliance, not defenses, because I think there is probably in a defense... it's very hard to evaluate the defense because you can only evaluate the layout and not the defense itself, because it's pretty much depending on the attacker how many stars he got. Even at the same layouts, I think. Probably you know what I mean. Let's see which attacks came in. Number 24 of their alliance, third half side, attacked enemy number 25. 24. Here we have, okay, classical age player, Japanese. Wow, that looks cute. I can very good remember to the time when I was at this age. We see pretty much everything. Classical age maxed, if I remember right. I think it's classical age maxed. I'm not pretty sure because I'm not really used to one tower not. I'm not really used to evaluate classical age bases. But the offense seems to be a max. Enemy number 25 also seems to be no, can't you have 2 catapults? I think you can have 2 catapults. He's not completely a classical age max, I think, but yeah, the attack seems to be solid. In this low ages, actually, it's not that hard to get 5 stars against an equal strong enemy, because the battle is not that complex. You only have a little amount of tactics, there are only a little amount of walls and defense buildings, so yeah. Like I understood, Terroknoll, the leader of this alliance, he let me participate in the next World War. It's pretty cool. Let's see how we do against the enemies. I'm very looking forward. But let's get back to the multiplayer. We have only 17 minutes and... No, but we already have the perfect amount we need for this market. For this market, come on. 1.255 million. By the way, guys, I'm really looking forward for the next 5.3 update. There are several new things. For example, we will get a second research slot. Oh no, not in the academy. Or War Academy, but in our blacksmith, or I don't know how it's called in later ages. Blacksmith, I think. Oh. Wow, I'm so smart. Again, I forgot to change the language. Armory, it's called at level 8. But nevertheless, I think you quite understood what I wanted, what I intended to tell you. We'll get 2 simultaneously researchable slots, so that we can go on with our even troop researches, or whatever you will do in the armory, pretty much faster than before. We'll get the new defense building, the stronghold, and some new things. I'm not quite sure, but I think also there will be a very interesting updates at our coalitions, because currently it's not really the matter. If you are now looking over here, it's not really the matter. You will always, for example, with defense coalition, oh no, that's not good. Egyptians, for example, you are ordinarily starting with a decent percentage. So I think you are starting with 10% more attack damage for defense buildings and 15% more defense buildings health. And if you are upgrading it, for every stage you are only gaining 2%, which is really low. So in the end, if you have researched 6 times, you are paying very much of national trade goods only for getting 6 times 2% boost, which means 12% in total. And then you have wasted much of time, much of resources, and you have all the time, if you activate it, waste so much of or many national trade goods, and now they seem to pay another or put another prioritization on that, because you will start with even lower amounts. So what I wanted to tell you, currently it is the fact or the stage that it has not that huge matter whether you have a level 1 Egyptian coalition, for example, or another coalition, or level 5 or 6. For sure there are some some percentage points in between, but the total amount of difference or discrepancies inside of values is not that high. And with the next upgrade, you will start at level 1 with very much lower values. But if you are upgrading, you will not only gain 2%, I think, but I'm not sure. You will gain 5% for every for every boost, for every stage. So in total you can research 6 times 5%, which means 30% increase in total, and then it makes quite a huge difference between having stage 1 or level 1 coalition, or even a level 3 or 6 coalition. Oh, we can donate some troops, I think. Oh, he's again asking for some tanks. Sorry dude, I don't have any tanks. I can only give you some Blackwatch, but you didn't ask for them. Let's go to the multiplayer. Seems pretty okay. Let's think from which direction to attack. I think I won't attack from 12 o'clock because I want these garrisons, not these barracks, to survive at the end for not getting all stars. So I will start from the castle. And guys, what is your opinion? What do you think? What do you want to see as next topic? We could do even again some base reviews if you are interested, and if you have probably not, if you are probably one of my newer viewers or subscribers. In former times I had some base reviews where I'm coming and where I have a list to visit your alliance and give you some subjective feedback for your bases, for some of your alliance members, to see what could be improved in my opinion. So it's not objective, probably there are some things which may be not right, but all things which I will mention are good approaches in my opinion. So if you are interested that I come and visit your base and give you some recommendations, just send me a comment down below the video in which you mention your full and the correct spelled alliance name. There are very often pretty many alliances with nearly the same names, and therefore it's very important that you give me your full and correctly spelled alliance name, so that I can find you. Also provide me please with some additional information. So for example, your glory count, your medal count in total, the amount of your players, your language, what's your banner, and all of this. I hope you know what I mean. Oh, we could even avoid getting the quick victory star. That's pretty nice. And then I will come and evaluate your bases. If you want to do it perfect, then you can also give me a hint which players I shall visit and rate their bases, because sometimes I only heard about one player who wanted that I come and visit his base, but I quite didn't know which other players also to rate. And if someone is not okay with it and is not agreeing that I'm showing his base, for example, or rating it in public at YouTube, then he has to tell me please, because I quite can't know. But only one base review for one video is quite too little amount. I need more bases, approximately between 3 and 5 bases I can focus in a complete episode. But enough of this. I think most of you already know what I wanted or what I intended to say. Nevertheless, that my English expressions are quite not the best. Okay, that's interesting. Enemy number 3, I think. Oh, a global ager attacked Putty, a German industrial age player, number 1 ranked in our alliance. He has 1 defense coalition, which is pretty strong. Very strong, wow. And the enemy number 3 has also an offense coalition, but only level 1. But like I told you, currently the discrepancies between level 1 and level 2, or even level 4, 5 coalitions are not that big. You see 10% more mercenary attack damage and health, and 10% more barrack troops attack damage. And the level 5 defense coalition of Putty has 18% and 23%. Yeah, it's nearly the doubled amount, but also this Egyptian coalition is nearly maxed out. It is maxed out for industrial age, I think, level 5. And the enemy coalition is only level 1, so lower it is not possible. And we see another attack which came in. Oh, Terror Knoll. He attacked enemy number 6, and he had some, wow, very decent offense coalitions. He was not able to get the quick victory. Let's see Terror Knoll first. He's the leader of the alliance, like you probably have recognized. where he is. Okay, let's visit him. Okay, here we have the layout. It's mostly Industrial Age max, but we are only talking, he attacked, so we are only talking about his offense, and his offense is completely maxed out. So Industrial Age maxed. Let's go on to enemy number, I don't know, 6. At enemy number 6 I don't see any defense coalitions, and it's also Industrial Age player, so obviously Terrorknoll was in very high advantage against enemy number 6. Huh. I don't see any Forbidden City. I don't know whether he didn't get the quick victory. Does quite not look like a very hard base. Yeah, we have 3 tank depots, which are maxed out, but again, we have I can only scout 1 bunker, which is really low, not upgraded. I see very, very dump located air defenses, only 2. So also this enemy seems to not have researched very far in his library. Very low generals, low mortars at an Enlightenment Age stage, only towers, command post, anti-tank guns are upgraded, and like I told you, the depots. In total, I think that was quite no solid attack of Terrorknoll. This enemy was far in disadvantage because of his upgrade status and no defense coalitions. Yeah, okay. Oh, we only have 5 minutes, but like you probably know, we can speed it up at 5 minutes, so only 30 seconds to go. Then I will skip it. I don't feel very comfortable right now. I think I have to, my sickness or my gastroenteritis is getting stronger currently, and so I think I will end the video for now, guys. Hopefully you are not mad with me. We'll see us soon, hopefully when I have regenerated, but first let us speed up the barracks. Then we can... No, there are no specific enemies. Animals I want to hunt. I can only get rid of some bunnies. Okay, bunny. Let's speed it up. Wow, it again gave so much experience points I don't want. Here we have another bunny. Probably some bigger animals will now appear from the forest. What I now want to do, like I told you, I will go to the Global Age very soon. I will upgrade my last mill, my last market. Then I will put 2 times 3 people over here and over here in the forests, which will last about 14 and I think 15, probably 16 days. And when 6 days of these researches have, or of these debris clearing, forest clearings have been done, I will also put my people in the town center, so that perfectly when the town center ends and I'm entering Global Age, I have all of my people back to so that I'm able to change my nation, so that I can get German finally. And getting German and even getting the Global Age upgrades will strengthen up my offense power very, very much. I'm so looking forward to the Global Age for the new units and the new upgrades. I think it will be pretty tensioning. I don't know the word. But you can just look forward to some cool attacks in the World War when I'm Global Age. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. It was a little bit more of talking than of attacking, actually. Oh, let's see what we will upgrade. No, not enough money. Yeah, let's upgrade the market. 5 days, no problem. So perfect. See you soon, guys. Your domination tips.